with no regret, and that's all profit.
Done did it again on the hater, man. I don't think they were ready for this one.
They gave y'all the blueprint, man. Just get up and go get your bag. That's how you gotta do it. All hustle, no love. You gotta work for this one.
What's up, traders? It's your boy Ace Boogie coming to you live and direct with another trade recap video. So, markets are crazy right now, and I want to catch up and do a recap of the trades I've taken since the 5th of February, um, going into the 8th and starting at the beginning of this week. So, yeah, it's just crazy. I'm freaking tired. Don't mind my voice. It's a lot going on. So, the first trade I had was an overnight trade, and it was Sing on 2-5. So let's pull up Sing. Let's pull up like the 15-minute chart. Excuse me. All right, so here it is. Excuse me. So here's the 15-minute chart. So basically, Sing was an uptrending chart. Let's flip the daily first. Basically, OTC breakout. That's all I've been playing for the last 3, 4, 5 days. It's just OTC breakouts. So this one was a recent runner. It topped out right here at this 4 cent area, came down, consolidated, gained momentum, and broke out on this day. I bought on the day of the breakout and I sold the next day. And here's what the intraday chart looks like. So I bought it basically after it came down from a high day push. It had like a nice spike all the way up past that breakout area, and I was buying that area, that breakout area, thinking that area would hold. I figured it'd be choppy. OTC breakouts are choppy, and I was risking really like the VWAP area in this morning high break. So it kind of trended all day. Touched VWAP very briefly at the end of the day. Volume came back in. It went on to test the highs again, and the next day it gapped up. Um, I tried to hang on to as long as I could. Sold some just above 5 cents, and sold some more on the push to 550. So it had like a little blurb up and kept going, but you know, can't always get these. So that was Sing. That was a solid winner. I'm gonna just speak in percentage. I made 35% on that trade. Next one was SFOR. This one was a pain in the butt. Um, this one I traded twice. I got faked out the first time, and then I got reconvicted and traded it again and kind of nailed it. So the first time I was trading, I saw same pattern, OTC breakout, topped out, came down, consolidated, curled back up, little cup and handle type pattern, and broke out on this day. I bought it on this day, um, and sold into the next day. This one actually got some commentary. So yeah, initially I bought it up here at the break of 25 cents. It didn't hold 25 cents well, and my risk was a little bit too tight, and I got kind of bored of the trade and I cut it. But when I realized, it was just in a trading channel, I got reconvicted and got back in once I saw that it had potential to pop back up. I actually thought I was going to break out because it was breaking out over these highs right here. I thought I was going to go ahead and just try to break out there. It didn't. It consolidated more and ended up pushing into the end of the day, which was a nice move. And the next morning, it gapped up. I sold right into the little gap before it came down on me. So the SFOR loss when I bought it right here and sold it right here, I lost 4%, and SFOR gain holding it overnight, I made 27% on that. So solid play. Next is OZSC. This is probably so far the best trade of the week. Um, it just, it worked out like a charm. So same type pattern, OTC breakout. I was buying it on this breakout day. And once it broke out over the 25-cent area, I figured, hey, whole dollar, half dollar, quarter dollar levels, if it gets over this quarter dollar, 25-cent area, it can probably push to 50 cents, that half dollar area before it, starts meeting some resistance. So I kept that 50-cent area in the back of my head when I was looking to sell it. But let's move to the 5-minute chart. So this one had a high day push, came down, nice VWAP dip buy. You could have got in that VWAP, would have been a great dip buy. But I bought it, around midday after the high day broke out again. I bought a piece and then it pushed all the way up to, 38 cents. I knew it was going to pull back, so it pulled back some, and I just long some more on a pullback and held the bunch all the way to the end of the day. Next morning it gapped up. I let it push, over the 45-cent area and started taking profits into the push to 50 cents. I tried to hold it, but when this 45-cent, not 45 cent, yeah, 45-cent area cracked, I went ahead and just sold the last lot of shares because the trade was done if it couldn't hold that support. So that was a solid play. Um, I had broke this up into two trades between two accounts. So on one of the trades, I made 27%. That must have been these ones right here. And then the other one, I made 41%. So this one right here, selling up here was the 41%. So that was OZSC. Next was DPLS. This one was pretty nice because, let me get rid of commentary. This one was pretty nice because I didn't have to take that many shares to, make some decent money. So I bought the breakout over these levels right here and sold into the next day. And, I kind of sold it too late just because I was dealing with a lot of the other positions I was trying to manage and get out of. So because this one was the smaller of all of my positions, I kind of let this one just do its thing. But here's the 5-minute chart. Scrolling back, I basically bought it on this big volume breakout, pushed to like 2 cents. It came in and held this level nicely, and into the close around 1500, it broke out again, pushed into the close. Next morning, it gapped up. Has some funky candles right here, but it gapped up. The spread was big, so it was jumping up and down. But once it gapped up, it pushed all the way up to 5 cents and started coming back down. I went ahead and just took profits. So it was, a great trade from here to here. These low price stocks have very, very big potential. On this DPLS trade, I bagged about 97% on that trade, from here to here. Next trade was AUVI. This was the only non OTC that I traded. This was a NASDAQ runner that ran big off of I think of some biotech news or coronavirus medical device news or something like that. But it had just massive volume, and I bought the dip and basically sold the bounce. So here's the chart right here. This one pushed up from like the fives in pre-market all the way up to like 35 on the day. So this one was definitely a supernova, a big move. But I saw it after I had this first big push, after I got halted a few times and started coming down. So I got halted and resumed and it bounced. I longed. I didn't even take that many shares. I longed like 20 shares right here. And I watched it bounce and get rejected at this, this $19 level. So I figured it'll probably come down to the VWAP area before starting to curl up, and that's exactly what it did. So once it started to curl up, I went ahead and put 10 more shares. I had 30 shares total, just like a $500 position, and I sold into the high day breakout into strength. So I had an average price on that one of 18.29, and I got out at 26, so that was 45%. Even though it was only like a $500 position, I still made 250 bucks, which is pretty awesome. Did have another leg up, but hey, when it's 45% right there on the table, you need to take that bag because you never know when it's going to collapse. The next one, I think this is my last one, or one of my last ones. The one I took yesterday into today was ILUS. This one was, same type play. I bought it on this breakout day, breaking out over the 9 cent area. I bought it towards the end of the day though, and sold into the next day gap up right at the open. So this one was kind of giving me some worries. So I did buy the high day breakout over these highs right here. It ran up, came down, pulled back, held that breakout area pretty decently. It dropped down a few times, but it held it for the most part. Started the kind of uptrend back into the close, and then the next day it gapped up, or today it gapped up. And I sold it right into the gap before it had time to, sell off too hard. So that was a pretty solid play as well. ILUS, I think that was a 22% winner. Stock that I traded today, which was just really frustrating. I'm actually trying to short. I know. So MMNFF, it is a weed stock, and but it's up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, and it was looking really weak. Coming off this 150 level, it could even get back up there to retest it. So I put on some shorts, some short sales today, just in this area as it bounced up. Added right here when I really thought it was gonna, shit the bed, and it held up all day, all the way into the close, and I just didn't want to hold this into a potential gap, so I went ahead and covered for a 20 buck loss. Um, I got to do the math on this one. I don't know the percentage on this one. It's probably like 1 or 2%, if that. So not too bad. And the play that I am in right now, well, let me talk about this. I do have GPL in a different account. Um, this one was a nice breakout play over this, $4 area right here, and it had a nice little run into the close. So this one I got long right about 112. I think it was right here. I got long 112, and it kind of moseyed into the close, kind of gave a lot of it back, but it bounced and held that dollar level, and that's what I was really looking for it to hold this level. So after hours is uptrending, touching 125. So that's kind of where I was aiming at, starting to take profits or look to between 125 and 150. So we'll see how it opens in the pre-market, and we'll see if we can maximize this run. And the last one is, and it's my favorite, HMNY. So I am long this right now. This one was a former runner back in like 2017. And this one broke out over I'm gonna just say 22 cent area, even though it's like 22 hundredths of a cent. So I broke out of that area this day, and today had a big move, and it pushed over 1 penny. So that's a big move, and It looks like a chase up here, but looking at the intraday chart, it broke out, ran in the morning, spiked up in the morning, consolidated basically all day, and then in the afternoon it ramped up, came down, held support, and ramped up again. And I bought over that second ramp, this little breakout over here, got long at like 0.80. So we'll see how it acts at, the 130 area tomorrow, the 150 area, and see, how far it can go. We'll try to ride this one out. Only have like a $300 position. So that is the trades that I have taken since, the beginning of this week. Right now we're on a nice little hot streak. The market's been very, very kind. And we'll see if we can maximize some of these plays that I'm in right now and stretch out the winners. So if you have any questions, hit me up in chat, Twitter, AceBoogie2488. And I'm out. Peace.
Move smooth and focus on goals. I'm going hard for my family. Yeah, I gotta get the band for my foes. So I'm glad and I'm bold. Black is a new light. So much cash it don't fold. That's exactly what I like. I wake up feeling so blessed. My cake up is no stress. And make sure you get them checks. That's the blueprint.